Hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. Oh, Tavern Chat. Jesus Christ. Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. What am I saying? I am half of your host, Eric Tenkart, your bartender in the OSR. The other half is old man Grognard, Glenn Halstrom.
Hiya, folks. I was doing my Gene Simmons impersonation.
And we were hoping to get this going up on Rumble, but I don't know if it is because I just see the Rumble video play. Oh no, we are up on Rumble. Okay.
Yay!
Hey ho!
And we also have,
Hey.
so we say all hi to all the new people on Rumble and on XTwit,
All right, so now I got to
Twitter,
do
XTwit,
one
whatever they
X
next time Twitch.
and I can see, and the chat will come over. There we go. Good to know.
Oh, we're getting from the other places too.
And I just did a test, so yes, I don't think we can get chat from X. I don't know if it works from there.
I don't know. XTwit, who knows?
The Ultra American TTRPGer, welcome, sir.
See, I'm on StreamYard too, but I never use it because I don't. It's free for me. I only got one platform, this YouTube.
Right.
What do you pay a month for StreamYard?
20 a month, I think.
It's not bad.
No,
I mean that's a Patreon right there.
yeah. So, like when I was on the inappropriate characters on Sunday night with the punt,
Yeah, how'd that go?
went very well. It was
Good.
a lot of fun, and they're the ones that got me really thinking about how I should get Rumble working. And the reason to get Rumble working, folks, is you never know. Listen,
You never know.
YouTube could crash on a day I got a live stream supposed to go on. YouTube could be offended by Glenn and I and our
I'm trying, man.
You know,
I'm trying.
so we don't know. And also, some people just don't like YouTube. They don't like serving a corporate master or rewarding a corporate master, so they'd rather watch on Rumble. So that's why, or X.
I don't care. I just want to get my face in front of people.
There you go. So I'm just trying to add options. Okay, but it was interesting to see because they did like a summer fundraiser to pay for, like, to stream to Rumble. You got to pay I don't know what it is, $5 a month, and to stream to Twitter, I think it's $8 a month. You got to be paid. You got to be a paid member for those things. So they did a fundraiser and they did fairly well with that. I don't think that we need to do such on this channel. I actually sat down earlier this afternoon and tried to figure out the various income streams, including the Humble Bundle link that's down below. Not that I play Starfinder. Science fantasy is really not my deal. But if you want to check out their playtest material for 2E, you can grab it for as low as $5. But and it supports this channel. So we've done fairly well with Humble Bundle affiliate links. So I really do appreciate all of our listeners.
I guess this is time to tell this. This is the last show.
What?
This is the last show for him.
For who? Oh, the hat?
My hat. Yes. It's went through the dishwasher, and it got somewhat clean, but it's faded. And I know distress clothes are a big deal now, but this is intolerable right here. So next episode, I will be having a new one of these because I went on eBay and found the exact same one. And believe me, that wasn't easy.
Glenn, you scared this old man over here. I was like, That was the point? Because
That was the point.
you did well. You were a good actor, so you're a
I
good
got
actor.
I got 10 years on you, so I got 10 years more experience in doing that.
You son of a bitch. Yeah. Blame you son of a bitch, I tell you.
What can I say? I'm a rat bastard.
But you're my rat bastard.
Good.
That you
Yeah, come on, right here.
listen, GF, I actually have a number of D&D hats. And when my son, he's out in Salt Lake City when his fiance was moving out from New York to live with him a couple months ago. I took my D&D hat with the dragon on, and she's played some Roll20, and she's very excited about the hobby. And I was like, take this with you. You'll think of the old man when you wear that hat.
What? No, 1D. Well, you know what I've been meaning to do, and I've been meaning to do this for not only this, but the convention, is to get a MAGA hat and cross out America and put OSR. So make OSR great again.
You know, you got to reach out to Joe Block. He used to have Make Greyhawk Great Again hats. You know,
I thought it'd be funnier if I cross out America and put OSR.
He's got to get like what do you call it, masking tape, and put it over.
No, I just take a Sharpie.
Oh well.
Cross it out and write OSR above it.
Yeah, you tough bastard. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, I could be a tough bastard. Hey, guess what? I bought a lot of stuff today. Guess what I bought the other day? I finally got around to ordering the Old School Essentials Advanced Players Tome.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yes, it is. And I finally got around to it. I got tired of trying to look for it, so I just went to Exalted Funeral and say, all right, here's my money. Give me the damn book. Because I have the GM's book. I don't have the player's book. And if I'm going to start running stuff at the place around here, I'm going to have, that's got to be an option for me. It really does. So now it's an Exalted Funeral, which will probably be a slow boat from China. And what are you going to do? It's like when I order stuff from Square Hex in Great Britain.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
All the mapping stuff that he has.
Ugly. This is a Crown Royal hat. See?
But it's not made from a Crown Royal bag. It's made from.
Oh, I've seen those look terrible. I found all sorts of Crown Royal hats on eBay from, like, they had promotional hats, a lot of NASCAR Crown Royal hats or football Crown Royal. I didn't want that. I want one of these.
I want it, and I want it now.
It might contribute to everybody's favorite dice bag.
There you go.
Everybody's.
It's not my favorite dice bag.
Usually a starter dice bag.
I didn't even know when I was younger, in high school, in college, that you could get a Crown Royale bag. None of my friends had one.
I wasn't playing, but I probably would have got one if I had been playing that young. I didn't start until I was 22, 23. But and also it wouldn't have done me any good around my house because my mom didn't drink much and my dad only drank beer.
Oh yeah.
So I'd have to go to you go buy me a Crown Royal bag, you can have the bottle type of thing. Yes, it is faded. That's why I'm replacing it.
Here, Glenn, I'm gonna give you a solo. So see Crown. Now you can read it, Fugly. Even with the old man eyes that we've all got. There you go.
And in the back it says it's 1939.
And Glenn's had it since 1939.
That's right. There we go. Yes. I don't know if I'll be using OSE when I try and run stuff at the game club or the game place, but like I said, I want the option. I mean, I've got a lot of other games here I could run, But I'm tired of going on, like, it's Tavern Games in Chickasha, Oklahoma, and I'm tired of going on their website and seeing their calendar said D&D game, D&D game, D&D for like 5 nights a week, and I know that's all 5e. You don't have to tell me. I know it's all 5e.
A purple Sharpie and some duct tape does not fix everything.
But it's a handyman's secret weapon.
Uh-oh. He's very, very quiet. There's a bad mic in the room.
Yes. We will be quiet. Okay, well, first of all, what are you drinking tonight, Eric?
Nothing nothing exciting. I am in my Stanley. I actually have whatchamacallit, Crystal Light raspberry lemonade. So nothing all that exciting. I know.
I just finished a Dr. Pepper with cream soda. These are going out. I think I bought the last 12 pack or something, which is okay. I'm getting kind of tired of it.
I mean, it's going out. You mean like they're not gonna be selling it anymore?
No. Yeah, they've got that like Dr. Pepper with coconut. They're pushing right now.
What?
Yeah. Look it up sometime. Yeah.
I like the Dr. Pepper with what? The cherry? The cherry.
That's a good one. They still sell that.
Okay.
They do still sell that. I mean, I'm finally in a town where there's Mr. Pibb. So I'm happy.
Foogly. I pre-ordered the stamps. They haven't shown up yet. I'm hoping I get them tomorrow. But
oh, did you?
Yeah, I pre-ordered, and I was going to pre-order the ones from the UK, but I had trouble getting the order to work because the UK also has D&D stamps.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, and they're using different pieces of art.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Hello, Paul.
We're all geeks here, whether we admit it or not.
Yeah, Barks root beer. Oh, no. Yeah, Rocky Road? No, Faygo Rock and Rye, which I can't find anymore. I used to be able to find them. I can't find them anymore. The bottles?
Yeah. Fugu, it's different artwork in the UK. And they got different stuff. But, you know, you can't own it all. You know what I'm saying? You can't own it all. You gotta say there's got to be a limit at some point.
Mr. Gunner, as far as root beer goes, the only root beer I really like is A&W. So
A&W root beer has that frosty mug taste. Sorry, I remember the commercial.
Faygo is Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Well, it used to be Oklahoma too, but you have to go far and wide to find the stuff in like convenience stores and stuff.
So
I started drinking and everybody thought I was going to turn into a juggaloo.
No, I'm just a juggaloo.
Anyway, you were saying, sir?
Tikmir. Rumble works just as well as YouTube. It's a little different to set up with StreamYard. It's a little backwards. Like if I want to use StreamYard with YouTube, X, Twitch, I can all I gotta do is ... set it up on StreamYard and go. If I want to use Rumble, I gotta set it up on Rumble first, and then go to StreamYard and then find the Rumble stream, and then I can set it up for the rest of my stuff too. I'm just glad I got it working. I tried to have it working for Wednesday night, and I didn't have it working. Obviously, didn't know what I was doing. That's okay. That happens.
Oklahoma was a fluke. I know that. I like that.
You know what happened, Glenn? A tornado blew it over.
I guess so. Well, you see, I find Faygo here, but it's like these funky. They got like the regular, just the cola, red pop, and for some reason, cotton candy flavored. soda. And to me, that sounds way too sweet.
Yeah, cotton candy is my least
I
favorite
like cotton
flavor.
candy, but I don't want a soda of it.
I don't like it as a it's
But
my
then
least
again,
favorite flavor.
I also eat Neckos. So
Oh, oh! You eat chalk? You
yeah,
eat chalk?
and you know what I ate like yesterday? I had a bag of candy corn, which is out now because they're getting ready for Halloween 2 months early.
Yeah, don't worry. Halloween's only in 3 months. Don't worry about it. Your
Something
candy
like
will be stale if you buy it now by then.
Yeah,
Especially if you open the bag up.
true. I like they have a caramel flavored candy corn that I like a lot better. Oh, cotton candy ice cream is good. It is good. It's one of those house brand things like Walmart brand ice cream, but it's really good. I think they have one that looks like unicorn. It's called unicorn poop or something like that. That's really good too.
Yeah, that's what I want. I
I
want
sure
my
will.
candy that's named unicorn poop or ice cream. That's what I want.
Unicorn poop, the role playing game. No, that don't work. Anyway, so what are we talking about tonight? I had something on my mind. I think I laid down and forgot it.
See, Glenn, I know I turned another year older on.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday. I
Thank
totally
you.
forgot.
57. 57.
67. You're what?
I'm 57.
57. I'm 67.
Oh, you are 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Bad Mike is right between us. Ooh. That sounds dirty. But yes. I think he matches right in between.
Yeah, something like that. I was going to talk about skills in role playing games.
Oh, that's good because I'm trying to. I was actually reading Worlds Without Number, and I like the way they handle skills there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, yep, I was right. Mike's right in the middle, and I was wondering how I could not steal. Well, I guess you don't have to steal it. Crawford's actually said that everything but his tag system is up for grabs, and even with the tag system, it's only the actual tags, not the way you do things.
I've got a love-hate relationship with skills. Like I said before, the skill has to be baked into the system for me to be happy about it, not some add-on like they did with D&D. Even back in basic D&D, Rule Cyclopedia had a really nice skill system. I still didn't know if I wanted to use it.
Okay, I don't remember the skill.
I'm leaning towards the like professions and talents type thing, where if you have a profession that use something, or you could, once again, if you can justify, if you want to do something and you think it relates to your profession or talent, and you want to justify it to me as the GM, I'll give you pluses on it, and up to like 3 + 3, something like that. That's the way I like to do it, because I just watched a YouTube video. I can't remember the guy's name, but he talked about how to add the OSR to 5e, and he was talking about, see, the thing is, it's more player focused than character focused, which is fine. I've heard that before, but the exploration tends to go by the wayside when everybody wants to go, oh, can I roll to see if I see that? Or if I'm looking at this room, what are you doing? I'm looking at the bookcase. I'm looking for a secret latch to open the secret door. What do I roll to do it? Just look. I'll decide whether you find it or not.
Right. Okay? That was my when I had to run a Swords and Wizardry Light game for 5e players at GaryCon a number of years ago, because their 5e GM got snowed out, and we did the characters real quick, and I was like very hopeful that it would go without a snag, and I had one player who was stuck on the whole 5e thing. It's like they're role playing out an encounter. They encountered like an orc patrol in the mouth of doom, and it doesn't have to be violent. Let's see how you play it. And he's like, "Oh, I roll my intuition to see if he's lying." I go, "Well, do you think he's lying?" "Well, that's why I want to roll." I go, "If you think he's lying, act accordingly." "Well, I don't know if he's lying, so I need to roll." I go, so another player, it's like, it doesn't work that way in the old school games. "What do you mean it doesn't work? There's got to be a roll." And that
No,
is
there
part of
doesn't.
the attitude.
What you have is my judgment.
Mr. Gunn, we'll get to your topic later in the show. I
Oh,
promise you.
we will. I'm sure we will.
I promise you. I promise you.
But to me, skills, it gets to the point where it's a detriment to what's happening at the table. I don't like everybody to roll everything. Sometimes sometimes I want to just give it to the player. Wow, what a concept.
Not allowed.
I'm looking at the bookcase. You find the latch. What do I have to? No, you find the latch. Don't have to roll for it. Yeah, no, you don't. You find the latch.
You looked in the right spot. You looked in the right spot. You're gonna find it.
It's like I'm giving you a friggin' gift. Take it. That's it's not really the player's fault. There is some fault to it, but this is the way they wrote the current game, and you have to adjudicate that kind of, depends on what happens at the table. And also a lot of the new 5e players, they've only played 5e, so they think every single game is played the same way. Now, us OSR grognards, we know that it's not. It's D&D by the book. It's D&D, my version of D&D.
Yeah, it's always my version.
The GM's version
by the book.
Yeah,
that's our inside joke. I'm in Joe the Lawyer's AD&D 2e game by the book with like 24 pages of house rules.
Oh,
and as he adds house rules, he just shrinks the font because he insists he's not going to add more pages. So it just becomes harder and harder for us old timers to.
Well, at that point, I would forget what I wrote the house rules.
Yeah,
but they think that every game is going to be run either the way it's written or like Critical Role. You ever notice that? And
what moves the story along?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the gumshoe method? It's like, well, no matter what, we got to move the story along. So even your failure can be a success.
Oh, well, that's failing forward.
Well, listen, that's a lot of careers.
I subscribe to failing forward or winning at a cost, depending on how well or bad they rolled.
Okay.
And I'm not ruling out totally screwing it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Hey, here's another thing that I don't see anymore in games. Note passing. When the GM wants just one player or two players to know something, they don't pass notes anymore. They just blurt it out. Because I get sick and tired of saying some guy's looking for something and looking through a desk, and he goes through the drawers and it's okay, and maybe he did something that he found some secret, like a false bottom or something. Pass him a note, because if you say you find a false bottom, everybody's going to want to roll. Or if you say make a perception or whatever the hell roll it is, and he muffs it, and they think there's something there. Everybody wants to. Are you guys all looking in this desk?
I am. Yes, I am. I'm standing over his shoulder.
No, let me try.
I got my head in his armpit. I've got my mirror over his head so I can see in. Yeah, no, there's abuse to a lot of that shit.
Yeah, because it's like when you hand the note, it's their responsibility to let everybody else know if they want to or not. I leave it up. The ball's in their court. Okay. I have had players, I've done that before, and I've had players who just keep it to themselves and just act accordingly. And, something comes up, we're going, well, that happened. Well, way back when I found this false bottom in a desk and I found this other stuff. And, he just put it in his backpack and he didn't bring it out. Oh, it's a wand of fireballs. You found that? Yeah. Why didn't you tell us? Well, I didn't want to. So that's good role playing.
Yes. Now, James has a good point. I'm still of the opinion Critical Role did more harm than good.
True.
I don't know. I think it brought the harm of expectations.
It did.
Because there are people that come into gaming, especially 5e, after their first, I know all about RPGs. I've watched a season of Critical Role.
Oh, yeah.
But why isn't everybody a thespian? And why are the lines not? Why isn't everybody snapping off great lines? The game. Don't you get a list of great lines given to you at the start of the session, so you know when you can make your witty report? I'm going to make my witty comment now. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
If somebody comes to me like
that witty.
If somebody comes to me like that, I would require them to watch at least 2 other live streaming games. And I'm not talking about the other Critical Role type games because they're out there. I'm talking about like somebody like you or me or one of our cohorts is running an online live stream game.
There's a couple of
watch those
on this channel. And I was always of the firm belief that I will never participate or run an online session on this channel because my gaming group, although everybody's a game designer or certainly very creative, they're all a bunch of assholes. All right, they're like your regular gaming group at your table at home.
That's good.
Where cracking jokes. I mean, little backstory: Matt Jackson almost died falling off a ladder. So what's the next thing that this group does? Is it puts a ladder in every fucking session we've been in. It's like, hey, Matt, is that your ladder? Shut up. I mean, because so now when we actually did Shadow Dark, I was like, and I didn't run it, but I was playing in it on the channel. I was like, man, this is going to be horrible. And you know what? It was well received because, well, they were a little bit more well behaved than usual, but there was a certain dynamic with an established group. These live streams of real play, which isn't real play, fake that dynamic because they use actors and they use people that are in improv comedy and shit. So they're used to faking it till you make it. And you're not going to get that in your average gaming group or your above average gaming group. Just to throw that out there.
Yep, absolutely. But those are the kind of things like I said, what was I saying? Oh, the notes thing. Yeah. The notes thing were a big deal with me for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, at a convention game, like I'll get a player to stand up from the table and I'll talk to them on the side.
Yeah, that too.
If we're online and we're using Roll20 or / Discord, usually the GM will pop into I'm going to grab that player to a different channel.
Got it.
So you can talk to them without everybody else.
Yeah, that'd work. But
in.
As far as taking somebody aside in another room or whatever, I would do that only if absolutely necessary. I would rather pass them a note because the minute you take them in the other room, all the other players go, he knows something.
Oh, like
I
they get
mean,
another
you
note.
give him a note. He knows
anyway.
what.
They know that
I'm
was a
sorry.
note anyway. And here's the thing.
Well, yeah, but they're less likely to, you know.
Yeah.
It must
I
be
like.
something big. You're taking them out in the other room.
No, I did that whenever there's a magic item that they find,
Uh-huh.
I always pull them aside. Everybody gets pulled aside for a magic item because that's your item. You're figuring out what you share what you want to share, but
Right.
not everybody's gonna know. Oh well, you just figured out that your sword is intelligent. Oh shit, I'm keeping that shit secret. Awesome, that's fine. You know, or yeah, you kind of realize it's a ring of protection. Oh, I'm keeping this. I'm not letting. Well, what are you gonna tell them? I'll just tell them it's a ring of nothing special or whatever. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's a really nice ring.
yeah.
Um, I what's wrong with, well, I know what I was going to say. What's wrong with theater kids? And it's like, I'm an actor. I know what's wrong with theater kids,
Oh, you
unfortunately.
theater kids, get off my lawn.
I mean, I'm an actor. They're theater kids.
Enough said.
But then again, they're making a lot more money than I am. So anyway, what the hell? So yeah, the note thing, the skills thing, and that's pretty much my gripes for the night.
No more gripes for the night?
Oh, I'm sure we can find some. Why don't you go to
Okay.
that thing Mr. Gunn wanted you to talk about?
Mr. Gunn about the shows. So
Yeah.
here I'm gonna preface that with listen, whether it's Glenn and I or the random party or myself and Bad Mike or Rach and I, we don't do sponsorships, right? We don't YouTube may advertise on his things. I'm guessing Rumble will too. But we don't have somebody going, "Hi, I'm Badman. I'm Badman Games' latest release. Have you seen your daughter? Is the best RPG ever." And we say this because we've taken hundreds of dollars in payments. Thank you very much. Or do a paid commercial or uh, sell you a plot of 1 foot by 1 foot land in New York City so you can claim to be a New York City resident, or
Or
Scotland and claim that you are now a lord or lady, a laird. We don't do that shit because you want honest opinions. And one thing that, like I said this when I was on Inappropriate Characters. Sure, they were doing a fundraiser to pay for their expenses, but they don't do paid advertising. And by the way, paid advertising is not sending out review copies. Okay?
yeah, I get them all the time. Or I used
Yeah.
to anyway.
Yeah. If Glenn gets a review copy, if I get a review copy, my obligation, if I get a review copy, is, and this is how I look at it. If it is an above average game and I like it and enjoy it, my obligation is to mention that, hey, I was sent a review copy, I read it, and I like it and enjoy it. And if I don't like it and enjoy it, maybe it's because of me, in which case, it's not going to get a mention. I'm not going to go out there and say, hey, I was sent Beavis and Butthead's RPG and it's shit. But thank you for the copy. No, I'm not gonna tear it. Now, if I bought it myself, I might. But generally speaking, people don't want those reviews anyway. But when you have channels that aren't just taking free product worth hundreds of dollars sometimes, but they're also
Yeah.
taking cash payments, then you have to wonder what their legitimacy is. I mean, we certainly got more viewers than this channel has. God bless them, that's fine. But I would like to think that when people come to this channel, they don't have to agree with our opinions, but they know they're going to get honest opinions. Okay, we're not colored by the color green. In other words,
Well, I am, but I don't get anything. I'm always looking for some hustle for more money. So
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I have an affiliate link on the bottom of the screen. If you go here for the Starfinder 2E playtest bundle, Tenkart-Tavern.games/Starfinder. You go to Humble Bundle. If you make a purchase of this game or any of their other bundles using the affiliate link, yes, you'll put some coin in a tavern's coffers. But I'm not telling you got to do that. I'm not telling you it's a great game. I never played Starfinder. I'm even surprised they were in a 2-week playtest. But I do know a lot of people enjoy the game. So this might be a great thing for them. Or if you enjoy having, I don't know, science fantasy. Not, again, a huge genre that I'm into, but other people do enjoy it. No harm putting it out. That's, I think, keeps us honest. And I think that's important to me. I think
Well,
it's important to Glenn.
my take on that is the review process. Now, if somebody sends me a copy of something to review, I feel like I have free reign to say it like it is,
Right.
what I think of it. As far as like payola, I do it with caveats. But the caveat is, you want to pay me to plug this thing? Okay, I will plug it, but I'm not giving my opinion of it. Now,
right.
And and if you want me to give my opinion on it, I'm going to give you an honest opinion of it. I will try and find something good, but if there's something bad there, I will say so. See, this is why I'm not a Disney shill, because they wouldn't put up with that.
Oh no, you couldn't.
No, you want to keep seeing the exclusive stuff, and go to here, there, and be a press thing. You got to kiss our butt, basically. And sometimes I feel that that's what happened to the review process in general, not just role playing games. They give you, they do something for you unsolicited, okay, which includes sending me free games,
right?
And they expect, like you said, unicorns and rainbows, and it's the best thing since best thing since sliced bread, or that kind of thing. And that, no, you don't do that. I mean, because I look back at like Siskel and Ebert and all the movie reviewers, I think they used to the papers and the production used to pay for it, but their company, they're paying for it. That's why they would give their honest reviews,
right?
And that's the way it should be, really.
Right.
I really don't want to give anybody a bum steer. And I also say, when I review something, this is me. This is my opinion.
Right.
Okay. My reviews on YouTube have always been, I don't have time in my life for bad reviews. So I try to find something good in everything they send me. But if I don't find anything good, I will still this is a game. This is made by this. This is where you can find it. This is what the whole thing is to play for. I won't gush over it. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, I will give them a fair shot of it. And if there's something bad, usually it's minor. And it's usually me. I don't like it. And that's the whole thing especially with the role-playing game community. It all comes down to individual likes and dislikes. It really does. And so you got to deal with it that way. I have a feeling I just did a whole episode of Radio Grognard right now.
Man, I'm losing content.
Yeah, I'm losing content. Well, that's okay. But you get the idea. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, see, the way I have always understood it is that yeah, I mean, that's a good one though. Is that once you start taking compensation for your opinion is paid for. Whether you're giving an honest opinion or not, the perception is going to be. And let's see what
I
there is
would
a very. Go ahead.
I would state up front.
Oh
In
yeah,
fact, anybody who sends me a game or anything and I'm reviewing, it's like, look, this is a review copy they sent me. And there's also been games like when I reviewed Gangbusters BX. Full disclosure, I was one of the editors on it, so that may skew my opinion a bit.
When I talk about anything, I talk about, especially on the blog side, where I have a connection to somebody. Mm-hmm. If I'm talking about a Kickstarter and I happen to know people on the team or I know the publisher, I will start off with a paragraph of, this Kickstarter from Frog God Games. Prior to the year the Earth stood still, I worked with Frog God Games, running their booth and running games for them at conventions. I wrote Swords with Relight for Frog God. I've got a connection. You should know my connections.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people. Now, I am not going to name names, but anybody who
you're no fun.
Anybody who's an OSR gamer probably already knows that there are certain channels on the tubes, that take money to do a whole episode on a certain game, like Tenkar's Terrible Tabletop RPG. And you pay them a couple $100 and they'll do a full episode on it.
Yeah.
Talking about it.
And other places like, message boards, EN World.
Well, no, see now, EN World, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. All right. I believe in that. EN World, back in the day when Morris has owned it for well over a decade.
God bless him.
But Morris had hired somebody to run the daily day-to-day operations. And the individual in question, who shall remain nameless, was doing things like taking money for advertising and turning it into an article. Basically, an ad that reads like an article. Now, many of us are used to reading that shit and see it for what it is. And in the case of one of these, I reached out to the publisher, a fairly major publisher in our industry, and I knew their CEO. And I was like, hey, did you just buy an article / ad on EN World? He goes, what do you mean? I go, did you just pay for an ad to masquerade as an article? No, we paid for advertising. So I sent the link to the article, and the response was not necessarily 4 little words, but holy, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind, and we're not going to deal with them again. Now, I think somebody was trying to get the most of fill up article space and at the same time sell advertising and get a 2-for-1 deal.
Mm-hmm.
But that's dishonest. So like I said, if I have a connection to a product, if I'm talking about a new release, most of this stuff happens on the blog side, folks, tenkarstavern.com. I cover Kickstarters, new releases, deal of the days, bundles. And if I have a real connection to somebody, I want you to know. You need to understand that everybody and everything has a blind spot. So, and when I talk about that, I throw out if you know affiliate link from us, Ground News, go search it and find a coupon code. A lot of these channels offer 40% off. Ground News is probably the app for your phone if you want to catch news events and find out what the coverage is from the left, the right, the center, and see if a certain news event has a blind spot, because blind spots aren't uncommon. And individuals can have blind spots. Like you told me, here, I'll name a good friend of mine, James Bond. If you told me Glenn reads James's next, Happy Hobbit Hole or whatever James's next halfling product will be.
Mhm.
And Glenn goes, "This is a piece of shit." Get it? And I go, "Oh wow, that's a." Oh, but no, James is a friend of mine. I can't say that. I'm gonna praise it. Well, if I happen to praise something about anybody and I have a connection to them, you're gonna see that and you're gonna be able to go, well,
Yeah.
maybe Tenkart is a little biased. Now I'll tell you, generally speaking, if hey, these are my connections, and I still think this is one of the best things since sliced bread. I'm being honest. Yeah, I might say, hey, this is a new release from Joe Schmo, and Joe Schmo and I have gone back 10 years, and this is their new release, and it looks kind of cool. Take it for what it's worth. But if I tell you, if I put my reputation on the line, even after I say, hey, I had these connections, it means I believe what I say. But there are, I don't begrudge others for making a living off doing this shit. God bless them to be put in that position where they can make a living doing it. But if you're going to make a living doing it, you should find a way to maintain your soul and your integrity while doing so. And I think some of them forget that. My humble opinion. Yours may differ. Glenn, the ball is yours.
The what?
The ball is yours. The court is yours.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Mike, where's the whiskey company? But Mike, believe me, I've tried. I want Crown Royal to sponsor me to go to cons and just throw bags out. Without whiskey, of course, but what are you going to do?
You throw a bag with whiskey, knock somebody out. That
at one time, I was looking to buy one of those T-shirt rifles they use at like sporting events where they shoot T-shirts out in the thing. I was going to put Crown Royal bags in there and just shoot them over the game tables. Who needs a bag? Boom. Kind of thing.
It should be like going to a ball game where you get the foul balls. And I got a foul ball a couple of years ago.
Oh,
landed right at my feet. It was awesome. Wow. But it should be like that with like dice bags and just like whip them with dice in them. No, it has to have dice. You got to get a little.
No, you're going to hurt people. I thought about that too. It's like,
hey,
here's
you go to the event. You got to sign a waiver. No, you go to the event. You expect certain liability. I'm going to get something free. Maybe there might be a risk to my personal safety.
In my game bag, I carry a Ziploc bag with about 12 sets of dice in mini black bags that I bought from Walmart years ago. When they used to sell like $8 for 3 of them with the bags.
Wow.
And I've always wanted to swap if I can get them, I always wanted to swap those out with the little mini Crown Royal bags. So they get a set of, okay, who needs a set of dice? Here you go. I like doing that at cons. That's fun. I don't always have the bags. I haven't done it in a long time because I haven't had the bags.
Right.
It's like I go, who needs a bag? I just got the regular bags. Boom, 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 boom. Somewhere I have a box with some in there, but not many. But anyway, I'd love to do Crown Royal. If you're listening, I doubt it. But if you're listening, I'm up for sponsorship.
He'll do it for bags.
Oh,
Just give him the bags.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, Mr. Glenn.
Yeah, there we go. I got a free set of dice, but he put my eye out.
You take your eye out.
Yeah. What did it say on this? Yeah. Was it a Red Rider back?
Oh,
did I tell you? I told you that we have like the leg lamp from Christmas Story here in town.
Yes.
The giant one. I also found out that we have a bed and breakfast in town that is Ralphie's house.
Really?
Yeah. See, Christmas, from what I understand, Christmas is a big deal in this town. So, yeah, people can, bull crap, Mike. I've been doing this longer than you.
What's the shittiest whiskey we can find? Maybe they will do a sponsorship.
Yeah, little tiny Thunderbird or Night Train bottles.
Actually, I don't even know if YouTube allows you to have alcohol as a sponsor. I don't even know. That would be
Well, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't reference them if I was doing YouTube. I got to get back on YouTube. I really do. Because it's been too long. I don't know if I want to do reviews or I just want to talk. See, the thing is, I'm afraid to get back on Old Man Grognard just to give gaming advice because I already do that on Radio Grognard and I feel like I'm poaching my own material.
But so Glenn, record it as a video on StreamYard and then download the audio. And then you get a 2-for-1 deal.
For Spot. You've been doing that for years.
You know, come on, man. Come on. Don't do double the work. Do double the ingenuity. Make the work for you or something like that.
All right. Whatever. But anyway.
By the way, we have 5 people watching over on Rumble.
Yay.
I have no idea how to check who's watching on X, but we are trying to expand our world.
Oh, you want to hear something funny? See my glasses? I got one of those glasses.
Oh, I've seen those. How do they work?
I went to a restaurant last week, and I was wearing because I have to take so I could read the damn menu. So I read the damn and I was looking at what do you want? Oh, I'm going to have this classic cheeseburger, and I went like this, and she jumped.
You did a magic trick, Glenn. You did a magic trick.
It's just glasses. You can get them on Amazon. They're just readers, you know. Yeah, I did that once, not again. But that doesn't mean I can't do a Crown Royal sponsorship.
Oh, Glenn, you didn't do the German one when we had the worst whiskeys ever. Come on. You haven't lived until you've had the worst whiskeys ever.
I can't tell the difference. I'm not a drinker. I really can't tell the difference.
Glenn, let me explain something to you.
Start conscious to win. I like that.
When I tell you they were the worst whiskeys ever, you would have known that they were the worst. You don't have to be a connoisseur to go.
That's crap.
Yeah. If it's German, it's crap. Crap, I tell you. This is not a good whiskey.
Oh boy. I hope he is. Hello, Mr. Musk.
Hello, Elon.
Yeah, why don't you Hey, I don't know what I could promote at a con as far as Tesla goes, but you know, if they made dice bags with the Tesla thing on it, I'd do that. Ain't I crazy?
Somebody let Tom Tullison.
Paging Dr. Howard, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
Tom Tullis. My God.
Oh my goodness. Anyone would
have known those were the worst whiskeys ever. You didn't have to be an expert.
I have yet to see. You said we had some Rumble people on here.
Yeah, I'm watching on Rumble. I got the.
I mean, it shows in the chat here the little
we got
the little logo, so that tells you they're on Rumble.
Yeah, so we've got
huge. Yeah, there we go. And a huge Crown Royal bag. Yeah, I want to do a character like Mr. Crown Royal or something and hand out bags with like a Crown Royal t-shirt and one of those capes they make out of Crown Royal bags and just like, hey, who wants a bag? Here you go.
Yeah. Wood chips.
That's why I bought the hat. What's that?
Mr. Gunners, I had a buddy of mine bring out this bourbon these guys made in a year. It was basically Everclear with wood chips thrown in. Awful. Yeah. Listen, here's the thing about bourbon. And I am not a huge bourbon drinker, but a good bourbon is fucking awesome. And a bad bourbon is like drinking liquid tar.
Ooh.
you know,
That's worse.
with ash. It's like
Ash
no.
spelled ASS.
Ooh, not ass. You're an ass, Glenn.
So why don't you have a beer tasting contest, Mike?
Well, yeah, we had to figure out which was the worst German whiskey, and the answer was all. It was a trick question, Glenn. Which
I
is the
know it
worst?
was. I know it was. I know it was.
It's all the worst.
That's like Australian table wines. Yes. Same thing. So yeah, have a beer tasting contest if you want to drink some good German beer, if you can find some. I mean, if you find a different brand.
Well, see, you can't have like I don't know, 12 people having a beer tasting contest and bring enough beer for everybody. You can with whiskey.
Well,
It's
just
more,
put them in the little, shot glasses. All you need is a little taste,
yeah.
and if you can find the stuff that isn't, the usual stuff, they probably pick up a lot of IPAs and stuff like that.
Yeah. We did have pickle beer back in 2023.
That's great
Now,
if you want the runs.
now I'm somebody who, before I had congestive heart failure, would actually do pickle juice shots to help with my muscle cramps. It worked.
Really?
But it's a lot of sodium in it, so I kind of avoid it now. But I would not do pickle beer for. You couldn't pay me again for a pickle beer. What's the general topic today?
Rants.
Rants.
I can't believe I've ranted for the longest I've ranted on the show. I don't usually.
Mr. Gunn had the great summary. We just did internet chills, and now we are doing alcohol.
There we go. There we go. And that totally blew whatever the hell was on my mind. Oh, he wanted you to talk about the shills going on with 5e with the new player handbook.
Well, I mean, actually, somebody just linked me. Actually, they linked the article on the Discord server side. And it's an article in Polygon. Now, I thought that Polygon let everybody go. I thought that Polygon was...
Didn't Paizo stop putting that online?
No, Polygon wasn't there. No, Polygon is an independent gaming news site.
Now it is.
Yeah, it's been that for a number of years. So Polygon was... I thought they were gone.
First thing I think of is RPGA. So
No. So apparently there's an article. The new player's handbook makes the old one feel like a dictionary. I was like, okay, but now have they actually read it? Was this person at Gen Con getting one of those early ones? Or, here, a point of order. I've only had the new handbook for a couple of days. Here, I'll drop this article in. I don't have it. I'm reading an article on the Polygon. For a couple of days, and have not had a chance to run a game with it yet. Well, you can't because you're not allowed to mix the books. So you can't run the 2024 handbook with the 2014 DMG and Monster Manual. Any interesting or unfortunate wrinkles in how the updated game plays will continue to emerge in the weeks and months that follow as the book breaks containment, proliferating through the role-playing masses. I cannot then tell you how this new version plays. I can tell you that it feels how this book feels to simply read, and it feels great. I think that I'm reading an article about masturbation. But I could be wrong. Wizards has not been shy about communicating it, making the rulebook more readable was its goal with this edition. The designers have acknowledged that their previous design philosophy was, in not so many words, backwards as hell.
It was supposed to be.
So let's see. Okay, it's a beach read in comparison. So you should read it at the beach. The book, as suggested by the reveal event, the book feels well planned in a way previous books haven't, offering an organic path through the game's concepts and rules. If you think that this person wasn't fed this concept by somebody in Wizards of the Coast marketing team, you're out of your fucking mind. They did not come up. It's an organic path through the game's concepts. Rules are explained when necessary, and thornier questions are relegated to a glossary in the appendixes. Character creation and development is thoughtfully laid out, noting every decision's narrative and mechanical expressions, making it clear how any given D&D game can emphasize either or both. Oh my, it's a less stodgy version of D&D. I thought that D&D 2014 was the most popular Dungeons and Dragons game ever. Right? Most popular edition.
So
But,
basically, they've abandoned the idea of it. Remember when 5e first came out? We listened to you, and we want to bring back the feel and of the old original game and things like that, but with new concepts, and they put it out. And so I guess they're abandoning that now. I mean, I don't play it, okay, but it wouldn't be nice if it was backwards compatible.
All right, just going through the comments real quick.
Uh-huh.
Swords of Wizardry Second Edition. I don't even know if I have the 2e rules, and if I do, I probably couldn't read the rules. The font was too small, just like the box set. I prefer the blue Errol Otis cover. As far as I know, the rules are all essentially the same, but maybe they changed in second edition. I don't know. Cheekmere, more people should move to Rumble because YouTube's comment censorship is out of control. They certainly, there are times when I go looking for comments. I go, oh, look, my video has 5 comments. And I only see 3. And then I look to see what's held and I can't find these stealth comments. Now, I do know one thing is that my channel on YouTube is set by default to take somebody who includes a link, a hyperlink in their comment, to hold that to the side, because porn spammers like to use that, so that could be an issue on sometimes. Oh no, my rule book reads like a rule book. What will I do? I feel like the kid from Home Alone. Oh my God, I'm home alone.
Crazy.
Foogly mixed 0E with 1E with 2A. 2E.
Yeah,
tell us we can't mix the book.
That's right.
But Foogly, here's a little secret. Now, the Watsy fairy didn't come and put this underneath my pillow with my loose tooth and tell me this, but I am pretty damn well sure the reason why you can't mix the books is because if you can mix the books, nobody would buy anything beyond the player's handbook.
That's right.
Right?
Because they already got stuff.
Right, because the player's handbook is where we know they've taken the classes and worked them up to 11 in the Spinal Tap theme of things.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact. So why would you buy the other books, the DMG and the Monster Manual, which, by the way, Player's Handbook comes out in the 3rd quarter, DMG comes out in the 4th quarter, and the Monster Manual comes out in the 1st quarter of 2025. This isn't because they couldn't get the books printed. This is because they wanted to spread it out over 3 quarters to get money spread out.
So the shareholders are happy.
Yes.
Hasbro shareholders love that kind of stuff. Character NPC, is Swords of Wizardry supposed to be a remake of first edition AD&D? No. It is a clone of the original D&D 3 boxes set.
Plus optional classes that were added in supplements like Greyhawk and was it Swords and Spells. So whenever they added classes, whenever they add, so the original here's the was fighting man, cleric, magic user, and hit dice were d6s, and all damage was a d6. And then when uh, Matt did Swords with Recore and the later Swords with Recomplete, he went with the variable hit dice that were introduced in Greyhawk, the supplement.
Added
he
the
added
thief.
he added the thief to the core rules, but to the complete rules, he added paladin, he added ranger, he added druid. So, does it feel a lot like AD&D? Jimmy 1E? Yes. Is it? No. It's not meant to be, but you can certainly make it emulate that. You could add in things like exceptional strength that would change the power curve. You can add in things like specialization, but again, it changes the power curve. So
the thing I changed in Swords and Wizardry was the fact, because it hinged on one of my campaign plots. For some reason, he said, I don't know if it's drow or elves, but it said they could not be assassins.
Elves.
They could not be assassins, and I thought that was stupid. Because I use, any class, as far as I'm concerned, can be an assassin. If you have the assassin class, yes. I remember back in the 1E days where they had that chart of what race could be what class in the player's handbook. Remember that?
My God! You had to go across and then go down, and then you had to find the listing of multi-class combinations that were allowed. Oh my God!
I didn't always subscribe to that, and I thought, I've got an NPC who's a drow assassin. Why would they not be assassins? And so I just ignored that. See, that's the kind of thing, you newbies, that's what you can do. You can do stuff like that in your game, even a 5e game.
Right. Running games rules is generally not what is done. You generally make the game fit your expectations in your game world, right? If in your game world there are dwarven rangers,
there's dwarven rangers or clerics.
Yeah, I mean,
hell, I've seen dwarven
mancy. The dungeon dudes are now full shills for WotC. Again, WotC is really, they started late this year, but now they are realizing we need to really pump. It's almost like a pump and dump scheme. They got to pump up all these influencers, and despite the beautiful faces you see on the screen, Glenn and I are not really influencers. We might have influence, but that's just
I try.
It's a byproduct of us telling the truth. It's not. We're not intentionally trying to influence. Fugly. All right. I started with BX Basic, Beck Me Expert, and photocopies of the sections of the 1E DMG and some manual monsters from the library. Yeah, it was a.
Did you ever return it?
Hell no.
My libraries wouldn't carry the game books because they'd be referenced, they'd take them off the shelves and never return them. They had to make them reference. If they carried them at all.
For the Cthulhu and Elric mythos, I had a photocopy of that section from somebody else's book. My deities and demigods did not have that removed material. But I ran B2 with AD&D 1E rules. The only thing that was different was the AC was off by 1. And in the end, even that didn't matter. These are all rules that are relatively compatible.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn, my comments are frequently taken down, and I am not swearing. Well, again, like I said, there are times when comments go missing on YouTube. I know they're missing, and I can't find them. Again, YouTube will tell me there are 7 comments and I only see 5, and I look and I don't see it. Sometimes if I don't see it on the desktop, I can find it on my iPhone using the app. Sometimes weird ass shit. I'm glad with the Rumble. Rumble, we hit a high of 7 viewers. I think we're at 5 right
Oh,
now.
nice.
I'm going to keep the Rumble as a live stream feature for all of the lives, except for, I guess, the Thursday night live stream with Don and Tom. Don hosts that. He won't have access to getting my Rumble in there, so that one you're gonna have to watch on the YouTube or the X. But we'll make sure Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays are on Rumble, on X. Glenn would like to make sure that it's on the Twitch.
That would be nice.
I can do that. Again, I just want to get the streams out there. I don't care where you watch. We don't make money. You never see Glenn and I or Mike and I or anything going, oh, and by the way, hit us up with a super chat. We don't. You could, and we wouldn't say no, and people occasionally did, but we don't ask for it. So my live streams are probably the least monetized of the content that we put up on this channel. But the live streams are important because it's how we get feedback from you in real time. And I think that in and of itself is invaluable. And again, I'll repeat this. When we have links up at the bottom of the screen, if they are something like this, it's an affiliate link. If you happen to buy Starfinder, I think that the RuneQuest bundle is only up for another 18, 17 hours. If you haven't snagged it yet, $1 gets you the starter set. You'll be happy. But that's the way to support this channel is our affiliate links.
Yep.
I appreciate other methods, but money is tight. You understand that? I'm just catching up here.
Yeah,
wow, I already answered that. I'm 10 minutes behind.
Oh, don't stress out about it.
I'm
trying to give everybody their 15 minutes. What was I going to say? Oh, did I tell you that I actually hit up Bad Mike the other day to see if I could design the logo for next year's North Texas? He said he said they already had somebody lined up. I said, okay.
Oh, they probably,
he says, do you have any? He says, do you have anybody in mind? I said, yeah, me. I just thought it'd be cool because I'm a special guest next year. Have the special guest do something like that for them. But hey, that's okay. No skin off my nose. I'm just trying to get my artwork back going back, restarted.
Good. You should.
Right. I also need to raise my profile on YouTube here. Hopefully.
Yes, Glenn.
So
Glenn, here, Glenn, you get your profile right. Start doing the YouTube videos, and then when we do these Friday streams, I'll include a link to your channel.
Fantastic. Thank you.
So,
in the meantime, you can give them to Radio Grognard.
Radio Grognard.
Did you know I still ask people to call me for that show? And Spotify for podcasters makes it almost impossible to get the voicemails.
Oh, really?
I have to go on my phone app to get them.
But that makes it ridiculous if you want to play the message on your.
Because they were saying Spotify for podcasters is now associated with this company who's doing all this crap. So I don't understand. But anybody who calls me, I can still get it on here and transfer it over to my PC, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Anyway, that was just random thought went through my head.
All right, so oh God,
and I'm wasting a good bottle of hand sanitizer.
A North Texas bottle of hand sanitizer?
I believe it is, yes. I've been buying the little bottles at like Walmart and stuff and throwing one or two in my bag now. They got me so used to it. My game bag. Yes, you go to North Texas, you can get this
So
for
now,
cleaning off your hands. Wink, wink.
wink, wink. So, it's probably going to be a live stream that would not be monetized, but we've talked about doing a riff tracks type of episode on one of these Friday nights
With
with
me and Mike
you. Yes.
and
What do
you
you?
probably.
Yeah, well, definitely. But what do you think about Dragon Strike?
Well, my only concern is copyright.
I'm not worried about copyright. If they strike us and say we can't monetize it, I don't care.
IP, whatever.
I don't care. Whatever.
Okay.
We'll be
I
mocking
don't
kids.
exactly know how to do that, but we could probably get by.
We know it's going to be. I have to rewatch it. I have it on YouTube. I got to rewatch it. I haven't watched it probably since it came out. But I have the VHS somewhere, but I'm sure it has decomposed at this point.
And I'm sure that it's somewhere on YouTube.
Oh, I have it on YouTube. I have it. It's
Okay.
like a 35-minute long video, which probably we're going to do a lot of pausing to not talk over the horrible. It's like listen to the horrible the horrible acting. Pause. Comment about the horrible acting. Move back to it. So it might be a good.
Well, we don't really have to pause all the time, but anyway,
Ah.
I haven't seen it in a dog's age, so.
All right, so maybe
I'm getting ready to like comb the Internet Archive for public domain movies we could do.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at that too. I know Plan 9 from Outer Space is one of them.
Yeah, that's in public domain.
Yeah.
I remember there's all sorts of websites out there. These people who do riff tracks and MST type of movies, and you can download the riffs and then watch the movie with the riffs playing like that. And this one I got for the original D&D movie from 2000, it's like I put on the riffs and it started going, and half of it was, God, I hate this effing movie. Damn, I hate this effing movie. That was half the riff right there.
That's kind of a waste.
Yeah, yes. It is kind of a waste. But hey, I'd love to do the original. I don't know why Riff Tracks never did the original D&D movie. I would watch that if they did it live, especially.
Well, I think they didn't do it because it was copyright.
They never have trouble with that. They can always do Adjust the Riffs download.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of those.
Yes, Griff, I'm sorry, sir. You are late, and I'm late to catching up to your chat from 6 minutes ago. But I'm working through it slowly.
Yeah, and at this rate, we may never go out there.
Wait, if you don't want super chat, I'll take off my shirt. Wait, Mike, you're not James Bond. You can't come up behind Frank and Merle and flash man boobs at me. You can't do it. Just can't do it. Oh my God.
He's lucky that Frank didn't turn around at the right time.
Oh, so they already have James Shields doing it this year.
Oh boy. And yeah, Mr. Spawn has to come back so he can kick you in the junk again.
In the family Julies? No.
Yeah. Maybe he just goes around to random people every year and just kicks them in the junk. Who's he going to do this year?
Yep. Eric, did you hear there's going to be a Space 1999 RPG? I am excited about it. Yes, I covered it already. Well, the thing about Space 1999, and I only remember watching it in early syndication, is that it was very confusing because, at least here in New York, they would mix episodes from season 1 with season 2, and
they wouldn't
season
run them
1.
in order.
was not the same show as season 2.
They wouldn't run them in order.
What the hell? But I used to have the Eagle, and to me as a kid, it seemed huge. I'm sure my parents got it at some discount place once it was, based 1999 was no longer the hit thing, but to me it was great. And it had the front capsule and the rear engines could pop off from the main body, so then you could have so it was awesome, and I had a lot of fun with it. And then I was like, well, they always crashed them. Remember, they were always crashing on the moon. I don't know how many of these damn ships they had, but they were always crashing. So I was like, I will throw it off my back porch.
What did they rent the Galileo from Star Trek or something?
It seemed like it. So I took it onto my back porch at the wintertime, and I said, I'm going to have it crash into the snow. And I threw it into the snow. One problem. And I forgot this as a young kid, probably 10, 11, 12, is that New York City snow is only snow for about 6 to 10 hours, after which it is New York City ice. Because temperatures warm up enough and then it cools down. So my shuttle broke. It reenacted the show pretty accurately, I guess. But yes, Dwarven hand sanitizer. Glenn, is that what we are calling lube these days?
I don't know. Are you?
Oh, and that would sting. That would sting, Mr. Gunn. That would sting. But at least they'd be clean for the first time for you.
No, that's Ginny's real hair color. Yeah, right.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the real hair color after she tried to dye it blonde, and then it didn't work.
And it starts falling out. Next thing you know, she looks like she's been doing chemo.
Oh, Griff, my friends and I refer to it as COVID hand lube. Jason, so the Wizardry, as I understand it, is a clone of OD&D as it stood before BX came out.
Yeah,
it's not AD&D. However, Complete can feel much like AD&D because it has those classes, and it has weapons that do that damage range. It's a simpler AD&D,
and it still races class. Still races class.
Well, no, Complete. No,
I'd have to go look at my copy.
Yeah, Complete is not racist class.
I think. Yeah, I think I prefer clones of like BX or Beckme, which you don't find except one. Dark Dungeons is the only Beckme clone I know of because it's a Rule Cyclopedia clone.
Clone, yeah.
And their weapon mastery is a lot easier to understand. Well, it's just that you don't have that. Remember that two-page spread chart of weapon mastery in Rule Cyclopedia? Remember that? Where it's like tiny print. You're trying to figure out where your weapon is and what it does and all these notes and all these symbols and stuff. Dark Dungeons did the smart thing. It may be a larger book, but they gave each weapon one page. And
wow,
I could read that a lot easier.
Okay, fair enough.
But one thing I would suggest is you get the color version. It may be expensive, but you get the black and white version. Sometimes the gray, it's really hard to read what's in the gray.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I have the black and white version. And yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Oh, okay. That kind of thing.
Fugly, Dragon Strike game many years ago. It was great. The video was a gimmick. That's why I want to do the video. That's why we want to riff for it. Chris, you're not the only one excited about Space 1999 RPG. I just aren't. I'm not one of them. Okay. I'd probably have to find it on YouTube, watch the 2 seasons, and see if I became enamored with it. Probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah. So, why don't we hit on Kickstarters? What's
Jump
the
right in.
word on Kickstarters, Mr. Tenkar? You got some bad
Word
ones,
on.
got some good ones?
I you know what? I went through a stretch with a lot of Kickstarters. I think that I believe it's still going. The D6 second edition Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I happen to like the D6 system. I didn't run a lot of Star Wars because my friends, my gaming group, wasn't big on Star Wars back in the day. But I did own some of the books, and it's a system that makes sense. And I actually talk about James Shields. James Shields ran
I used to have
a
some of them
Star
too.
Wars Aliens crossover using D6 a couple of years ago at North Texas. It was a lot of fun. So I think I back the Kickstarter. I'm hoping that it's going to the new edition is going to continue like the old edition did, which make all the rules open content. Now, just for folks as an FYI, I don't think it's still up on drive through, but there is a website with all of the source material for the original Open
Three books,
D6, D6 Space, Fantasy,
um,
uh,
pulp, whatever it was.
yeah, all the source books and all the support material that was open content is all available. And if you're somebody who's self publishing and you're looking for a system to work off of, it's not a bad system to work off of. So,
Okay. Griffin Morgan is asking, Arduino maps ended, right?
yes, I think what? Move. Hold on. I'm going to actually look it up right now.
I didn't get to. You got the tube, right? You finally got the tube in the mail, right? The black one.
Yep.
The black one. Okay.
Yeah, the maps ended. Raised 18,000, nearly 600.
Not bad. What was their goal?
Their goal was 7,000.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
No, and for a first Kickstarter, you got to learn how Kickstarter is, how it plays out. They're gonna have other material that gets kickstarted, especially I guess Arduino, Bloody Arduino, I think coming in 2025.
Mhm.
So it's going. This was a good way to get your feet wet, and the maps are beautiful. They really, really are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are gorgeous. Let's see. My Kickstarter ended a couple weeks ago. The Hell of a Town, and now it's just sit back and wait for them to deliver in April of next year. So I got like 8 months to wait.
Character NPC. All this chat is showing up on the YouTube's live chat. But if I want to get it up on the screen, which I think everybody should have the ability to see, especially the 8 viewers right now on Rumble, I got to put it up on the screen because they're not going to see the YouTube chat, and there's no automatically way to do so. If I want it up on the screen, I got to go through and put it up. So, tis what it is. Tis the reason why when we do things like live plays, we've done 3 of them on this channel. I'm a player, not the GM, because the chat would never get addressed.
Oh, I should be the 4th player.
Well, you usually have a full group, but you're welcome to join us. It's usually
Is that on a Monday?
no, it's on the Fridays that you're off. Well, when we've done it, it's been with the random party.
Oh, it's a random party generator. I thought that was just a talk show like this.
It is, but we've done 3 live streams of live plays.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we are not talking interior decorating, Mike. Sorry, sir.
Apes Victorious. See, I can't. Planet of the Apes stuff, I can't really get into. It just does not hold my attention. It never did, even the original.
I enjoyed the original movie.
Uh-huh.
Damn you!
Damn
I
dirty
mean,
apes.
get your hands off me, you damn dirty apes! It's like, wow, did that Charlton did a great job. But I don't think I could get a full campaign out of it. That's just me. Shout TV, yeah, you can subscribe to that
Yes.
on Amazon, I think too.
I think also like Tubi, one or two of the free sites, the free streaming sites. You can get MST 3K and some riff tracks.
Oh, all right. Shadow Dark just won the gold Annie for layout and design. That they
Congratulations.
congrats, but they should be winning it for best game. That's really game of the year should be theirs, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Griff,
I didn't. I
I'm
didn't
not.
even.
I'm not banning
I
you.
didn't even vote. I forgot to vote this year.
Glenn, you know the motto of the Ennies, right?
The what?
You know the motto of the Ennies:
What's that?
vote, and vote often.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they track you by IP, but just have a VPN, or just go to a different McDonald's each time you vote, and you can vote as often as you would like.
McDonald's.
Yes, single save and throw number. Though that does confuse some people who are used to the more, uh, I don't know, more detailed save and throw spread. Uh, Layout. Friggin' Ennies don't count for shizzle. Well, they yes, they do. They used to be some real ballot box and stuff, and we saw that with
Yeah.
Zach Smith one year. He certainly had the ballots being stuffed. That. And
Oh
by the
yeah.
way, folks, Zach is back.
I heard.
James made the announcement, and there
I
are people in my comment section that are like, I don't understand. You say
I
you wouldn't
expected.
piss on him, man, if he was on fire, but you say buy his books.
Yeah. Well,
Listen,
money talks and BS walks.
well, I mean, listen, the guy can be I don't know, a social reprobate, in my opinion, and yet still do some of the best RPG work ever. It's not mutually exclusive, right? That we look back on and we go, oh, well, the Cthulhu mythos, and well, you know how he was, or Conan's a great property, but you know how he was. You don't stop using the games or the genre or the material, right? You still read the
Mhm.
book. You
Yeah.
still go, oh wow, this is the best book ever. I can say that even though the man is still living, that I don't personally like them. That's my opinion. My own interactions have given me that. I don't need people to tell me how to think about somebody when I have my own personal interactions. But again, at the same time, I can say they think they have the potential to do good work when they don't phone it in.
Well, maybe he.
Um, I sorry, Chris. I think your players once you get them adjusted to it, I think it'll go fine, and the games will go quicker from the GM's point of view.
Yeah. Ostric's a great game. Great
Yeah,
clone.
if I'm going to run AD and
Oh,
D,
darn.
that's how I would. Should I be
You're
for
getting
the
a lot
kingdom?
more out of the. You're getting a lot more out of the Arduino than I am, mainly because I'm a slow reader.
You're a slow reader, Glenn. Sorry. Yeah, Coyote and Crow. Yeah, no, thank you.
There is Arduino maps, yes, and glorious they are. Glorious they are.
Glorious. But yes, it did end. Yes, when you guys are active, I love it when you're active. By the way, folks, because the chat, it's a beautiful thing.
Yawn. Huh.
No, I'm belching. I'm
Gimmick
trying to
games. What the heck is he talking about?
Coyote and Crow.
Oh, okay. No clue. Don't care.
It's very different. GURPS is much more trying to be realistic. Uh, Open D6 and do a Google search for Open D6. You'll find the core books available for free download, and you can take a peek for yourself.
Yep.
Oh, all right, Griff, you're gonna have to spell out the TFOTT site because with this new Arneson book and Tonesburg. Okay.
Well, there goes my head again. ED6 or GURPS versus GURPS. Really?
Well, GURPS uses D6, but it's a different.
Yeah.
GURPS' D6 is a 3 to 18.
That's their hero system influence.
Right. Open D6 is more dice pools. So,
which are kind of cool.
Yeah.
They really are.
Just as an aside, I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube channels, and many of the channels that I do watch are now mirroring a lot of their content on Rumble. And I think that's awesome. That's what I like to see. Yep. No, Griff, your chatting is awesome. Keep it up. I'm just trying to catch up. I'm trying to make sure that everybody, they get a look at what the chat is saying, because the two sides do not see.
Keep it up, Bad Mike. Keep it up. No movies for you next year.
Oh my God. Oh, Planet of the Apes works all right. It's Secluded Valley and Gamma World. I can see that. Yes. All right. And then Mr. Gunn, Planet of the Apes, and Metamorphosis Alpha. You have a campaign. Bunnies and Burrows. Maybe not.
Bunnies and Burrows.
I did a Bunnies and Burrows playtest before the Kickstarter came out, and my gaming group, they killed a cat, and then they did untoward things to the dead cat because they were rabbits, and that's what rabbits do. And I was just like, I'm playing with adults, but it doesn't feel like it.
Good night, Chris.
Good night, Chris. Yes, the Zach is back. Yeah, no one ever said he was a bad writer designer.
No, he's not.
Although some people,
in fact, he's really good.
Yeah. I still think, and I know people disagree with me, I don't like Vornheim. I think Vornheim is shit. But again,
I'm the counterpoint. I love Vornheim.
It's point counterpoint. Vornheim is shit. Tell me I'm wrong.
Eric, you miserable slut.
Oh, damn it.
Anybody remember that? Are you too young for that?
Jane, you miserable slut. Oh my God. Great times, man.
Mm-hmm.
GURPS is a system. Open D6 is a system. Easy D6 is a system. Mm-hmm. Just because GURPS uses D6s doesn't mean it's GURPS D6, right?
Did you know that Easy D6 has a post-apocalyptic version out with the rules and everything in it? Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but every time I try to go buy it, it's sold out. Yeah.
Oh, it's the classic D6 system that was used with West End Games Star Wars system.
Yeah.
And had its roots actually in the Ghostbusters game.
And I was going to say, I had the original Ghostbusters.
All right, hold on a second. I don't have the dice for it.
It was ignorant slut. Yeah.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
My brain didn't work for a minute. Oh well. Yeah, I got a box set too. I'll buy. I got a lot of box sets. My Marvel set, Face Rip, all that. I like Face Rip. I still think you use it for other things. They do have the Face Rip game out, but I read it, and they have an Age of Fantasy version of Face Rip out. It's still the same principle, one chart, different levels, names, but they changed a lot of the names because they had to. But it still works the same way. And they even put the karma system in there. Wow. I used to hate that karma system. I understand why they did it, but it's like, because it went against my principles as a GM. It says, you do not take XP away from player characters. It used to bug the hell out of me, but I understand why they're doing it. But then again, I used to play champions, and you spend your hero points for stuff, but you still got to keep a running tally to see, how many points your character adds up to. So you got one here for the points, hero points you have. Here's the ones you spent, and this one, you know what I'm saying. I know, too much math. But hey, GURPS is the same way. So where do you think they got the idea for GURPS? From heroes, from champions.
I caught up to the chat. Right,
yay! I'm spent.
Wow. I'm spent too.
Yeah.
Was it good for you, Glenn? It was good for me.
Yeah.
Gonna need to lie down for a nap.
Yeah, favorite die. They finally talked me out of saying this. I said something like, I used to say something like, if I was finished with a point, I'd say something like, I'm spent. Okay, I'm spent. And finally, Mike had to say, will you stop saying that? Okay, whatever. It wasn't I'm spent. I can't remember what it was. Something a little more spicy.
A little more spicy.
A little more spicy. That's Eric.
I'm spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, Rust Monsters, yes.
The dead deserve respect. Do they? Really?
And GURPS, yeah, the fantasy trip, melee wizard.
Yeah, but there's a lot of hero in it too.
I think it's more direct lineage was the fantasy trip.
I'm sure it was.
But yeah, all the extra skillness, I could see the hero influence on that.
I don't use level draining either. I never cared for it, but I understand why it's in there. I would rather them just lose more hit points until they die and come back as a vampire or whatever.
Or I would rather just, all right, you now have your next 2,000 experience points just go to pay off your side debt. You don't actually, that's how you.
Well, that's the way.
There's a lot of GURPS in Hero. Which came first, actually? Hold on.
Hero. I used to know the guys. Hero.
All right, hold on. Champions. RPG.
Champions. That's where it came from.
Right. I know. Trying to see. Yeah. Champions. 1981. First edition.
That's right.
GURPS. RPG. Nope. GURPS
was a little easier to understand to people, I think.
But I understand that. But,
yeah.
So now Man to Man came out in 1985.
And
then GURPS first edition came out in 1986. So it predates Champions. Sorry, Glenn.
Which one? Man to Man?
GURPS predates. No, GURPS came out in 1986.
Yeah. And Champions came out in 81.
Oh, all right. You're right. 81.
You got to start with Champions. That's where it came from.
All right. All right, Glenn. You convinced me.
I did.
We'll go look for Muggsy in the city.
And it got harder for me to play Champions too. Although during third edition, I went to Mutants and Masterminds, and I found that a little easier to deal with. It's still point based, but they do it differently, where it's not so math based. It still is, but it just seems a little more logical. That's all.
I don't know. All I remember with Champions is it was just too many fucking D6s.
I like a lot of D6.
It was more than Tunnels and Trolls.
At the time, my dice bag consisted of 3/4 of D6s.
All right. Wow.
Nail your lip to the floor. You keep bitters. They used to call me.
It was written by Steve Jackson. He got the rights back with TFT. So God bless him. Well, Glenn, I think that.
That's what Mark Hunt did with, or what's his name, with Gangbusters, and also Jeff D got Villains and Vigilantes back. So there you go. You were saying?
I think we're going to wrap up. So.
Are we going to wrap it up?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I'm exhausted by chasing down all these amazing comments. But we're going to go into the weeds of talking about undead.
You're right. Yeah, I think my family wants this room too. I kick them out.
So you're gonna get out of the room, Glenn.
Hopefully we will have a couch soon in the front room and a TV so they can hang out in there.
Oh, there you go.
A smart TV and something big and humongous like this thing.
So I want to thank all of our new viewers.
Hi guys, thanks for coming.
Yeah, those are using Rumble. I really do appreciate it.
Spread the word.
It's about options, right? It's about options.
It is.
You should have the option to use the venue, the service that you prefer watching on.
That's right. Hey, by the way, you know who didn't show up tonight? Doc. Doc Cross. He's in here. Wow. Oh, because he's probably at Gen Con or something.
Oh, well, there you go.
He may. I don't know. I think I saw a Facebook post, and the first thing I thought was, how'd you afford it? You're always broke. If you're going to spend your money on that, get a plane ticket and come out to North Texas.
There you go.
Yeah, he probably drove anyway.
Folks, go to Glenn's podcast, but encourage him to restart your YouTube channel.
Yeah, Old Man Grognard.
Old Man Grognard. Folks, tomorrow night there'll be a lot.
Tomorrow night, what's going to be read tomorrow night?
No, tomorrow night, Rachel and I, Gamer Self.
Oh, Gamer Self. I was following.
Yep. And we will make sure it's also on Rumble.
That was, by the way, that was fun at the con, doing that with you guys.
Yeah, no, dude, it was
a lot of fun.
Yeah, come on, it's the Glenn.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Tigger, TTFN.
Ta-ta for now. I can't do my Tigger voice. I'm not very good at the Tigger voice.
TTFN.
TTFN.
Ta-ta for now. I used to do better.
I am just a small animal.
Tigger is just Knucklehead Smith from the Winchell Mahoney show. If anybody old fossils remember that show.
That's before my time, and I'm a young 57. It's before my time.
Yeah. Well, they were Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith were two dummies. Paul Winchell used to be a ventriloquist. And he was on the show and did other things. And, Knucklehead sounded just like Tigger.
There you go. Again, thanks everybody on Rumble, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter X. We'll add Twitch in for the next time Glenn and I are here. So.
And go find Thaco's Hammer and listen to it.
Yeah, go find Thaco's Hammer. Glenn, when is the next Thaco's Hammer episode coming out?
So pretty soon. I don't know. I don't get privy. I'm not privy to that anymore. But we should be recording one this Sunday.
All right.
I think we got like a 3-episode backlog or something like that.
All right. So soonish. Soonish for Thaco's Hammer. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I hope to see you there for the live stream. And other than that, be good. God bless.
Good night, folks.
Laters.